Hello, and welcome to FireFight Friday. I know it has been a long time, mainly because, one, I thought the Halo 25th anniversary playlist would allow me to do this, but uh, it's hard to focus on gaming and talking at the same time there. Also,
Firefight.
oh, we're in
The
random.
Covenant are advancing through your sector. You need to stop them
Oh,
in
and
their
someone's
tracks.
Set. Start.
And I
Go.
get garbage weapons, cool. I've already lost track of what I was saying. Basically, Halo Infinite has an issue right now with my computer exclusively, it seems, where it takes 15 minutes for it to load in, and it eats up all my bandwidth, and everyone else in the household hates me because I'm eating up all the bandwidth just loading in the daily challenges. It's really weird. I should probably set a ticket for that. But what I wanted to make this episode about, and it's probably going to be actually multi-part, is the list is released. Most of it, at least. And, yeah, turns out, kind of right about people being, like, the billionaires in charge, it being both parties, filled with, you know, pedos. Oh, there you are. Ah. Grab that. Oh, I don't have infinite ammo. That's nice to know.
Reinforcements.
Oh. And the thing I wanted to focus on is his involvement with 4chan. Because it turns out that POL, the political, for lack of a better word, Nazi board of 4chan, was created after Moot, the creator of 4chan, talked the very same day that he talked to Jeffrey Epstein. And my theory on, well, why would Epstein want POL to be a Nazi board and to, like, you know, focus on that? Well, POL didn't not POL, 4chan didn't always used to be so conservative. It used to be more of a let us have fun. I kind of bored. And as long as it was chaotic, it didn't matter, and it was entertaining. But a lot of things from 4chan started off the anonymous hacktivist movement. I keep pressing the wrong buttons for that. The 99% off the whatever the Wall Street thing was called back in 2008, where people wanted Wall Street to be held accountable. And these movements, oh, and also Operation Chanology, which undermined Scientology in the late 2000s. But if you notice, these aren't really right-wing movements. They're either centrist movements or they're left-wing movements. But ever since probably about 2012, when POL basically took over the entire website, it's all been right-wing. Other of these right-wing movements that you may have heard from the news include stuff like Gamergate and QAnon. In fact, I did not dodge that. In fact, the Anon in QAnon is because people at 4chan usually post as anonymous, where anonymous is basically the name of everyone calls each other anonymous, except for this person changed their name to Q. And
Reinforcements.
even Pizzagate, which we'll get into Pizzagate at one point, if I remember.
15 minutes remaining.
So, basically, what would Epstein get out of wow, he knocked away my grenade.
5 enemies remaining. 2 enemies remaining. Last enemy.
Oh, let's get that.
Killing spree.
Ooh. So what would he get out of 4chan? Well, with Project Chanology and the 99% movement, kind of was a proving ground that anonymity online that's organized and focused can actually change things. Or at least cause enough of a ruckus to put topics that normally wouldn't be in conversation in the conversation. And even though 4chan tends to say we're not your personal army, they are very easily manipulated. You just need to get, like, I don't know, a dozen or 2 accounts to start spamming something, and eventually 4chan will listen. If you make it fun for them, I should say.
Triple kill.
So, if these things are all backed by the creation of Pol, it can normalize, first of all, pedophilia, which has always been an issue on 4chan. And it can normalize conservative beliefs and, you know, the Nazi opinions that they tend to have. And when I say Nazis, I literally mean, like, back in the day before Pol, Nazis have always been on 4chan, but it was kind of a different, it was a different era. Like, you could, the Nazis previously, like pre-Pol, were like, oh yeah, they're just doing that to get attention, just fucking ignore them. And nobody took them seriously. But once Pol happened, people started taking them like, hey, these guys know what they're talking about. But, like, they're Nazis, they don't know what they're talking about half the time. Anyway. The whole website kind of changed, and those who were more left or center kind of left because the right was getting more and more power on the website. And it turned out last year, in April, when the site got hacked and shut down for like a month, it turns out that a lot of the traffic that was coming to Pol was from Israel, and people noted, hey, that's a little coincidental. That's a little weird that Israel has a lot of Pol's traffic, and it turns out it makes sense because Pol has, yes, always been a Nazi board, but they've not really had a problem with Jewish people. It's always been a problem with Muslims. Okay, I still have ammo on these. But we have noticed in the files, there's a lot of ties between Israel and Jeffrey Epstein, specifically using Israel's servers and stuff to hold info, a lot of blackmail,
Reinforcements.
all that kind of stuff. But, you know, the media is not talking about that. Also, before I get people who I don't agree with saying, oh yeah, fuck the Jews, like, I don't have a problem with Jewish people. I think the sins of Israel are not the sins of Jewish people. People are not equivalent to their countries. Because, think about it. Your country probably does a ton of shit you don't agree with. Does that mean you're guilty of that? Other button. Fine. I'll go away. So, yeah, I'm very pro-Jew, but anti-Israel. I do not like Israel.
Reinforcements.
Kind of lost track of my thoughts. Let me get the water. Anyway, if Epstein isn't kind of responsible for Bull, Epstein is also responsible for a lot of the right-wing talking points that have happened in the past decade. And it makes me wonder what else he is responsible for. Like, I knew that these were different puzzle pieces. Like, I knew a lot of the right wing was backed by money, and it turns out it's probably Epstein's money. I didn't think it was all connected like this, but...
Two enemies remaining. Last
Back off.
enemy.
Okay, I guess I'll take that instead.
Cloud on. Round start.
But my money is a lot of right-wing talking points are kind of backfiring. And this is my conspiracy tinfoil hat moment right here. I'm gonna have another one later on. But this one is the reason why, starting with like Bush, that immigration became such a big deal and how it needed so much enforcement. Granted, I was a kid and I probably didn't pay attention politically, but it seemed like when W came into office, this thing that wasn't an issue suddenly became an issue. I think part of that has to do with the terrorist attacks of 9/11. And part of it is definitely just people want to be racist. And my conspiracy brain is they want to deport as many Hispanic people because it's easy to traffic that way. Epstein just needs to fund certain politicians to say these things. And get support for it. And then they don't even have to, they can just do 1%. They can just traffic 1% of them. There's if it's people who probably don't speak English first language, it's people who are considered wanted. Well, not wanted, but like they can't go to the police for help because then they can get deported. Nobody's gonna take them seriously, even if they understand them. And so you can make people easily disappear into trafficking circles this way. I mean, technically, deporting someone is a form of trafficking someone. It's just with state power instead of with a private individual. Yeah, that's my conspiracy. Yeah, you got that, boy. And my other conspiracy is the reason why suddenly people started caring about trans issues. Not issues, trans people and like, oh, they're touching the kids or whatever the hell they were saying is, well, one, it turns out Epstein had a thing for trans people. The first person to whistleblow on Jeffrey Epstein was a trans woman who basically got smeared by the media. Nobody took her seriously, and oops, look who's right. And Mr. Epstein also apparently was a fan of oh, you would be out of ammo.
I am incapable of deriving pleasure from such violence.
But if reality is basically where trans people can't exist in society, trans people can't get a job, trans people are treated with suspicion everywhere they go, it's gonna force trans people into sex work. And if they're forced into sex work, then they can be easily hired and or trafficked by these pedophile, pedophile groups, but like these basically sex pests as billionaires. Which also explains why they are working so hard to prevent even adults from being able to transition, because if a trans woman actually gets their surgery, then there's no nothing that they really care about. They're chasers, basically.
2 enemies remaining. Last enemy.
There's nothing for the appeal. Got it. So that's my other conspiracy theory. That the whole anti-trans and the anti-immigrant things are both connected to Jeffrey Epstein. And it's going to come out, maybe not with these papers, but it's going to come out eventually. Oh. And yeah, that's my thoughts basically on this. I'll probably do another episode going deeper into who's in the files. Oh, here, we're just gonna throw grenades.
Double kill. 1 minute remaining. Double kill. Overkill.
So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that episode,
30 seconds.
and I hope to see you next time. We also are doing a Halo playthrough. I'm probably going to try and do a Gears of War playthrough also. This weekend I should be filming some
Bonus round over. 10
Helldivers
seconds remaining.
content for Cyberstan battles. I haven't
Game
done any
over.
of that yet, but yeah. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.